A little bit of background, and then the entire movie, Don't Bet on Love, uninterrupted. Ginger was still stubbornly freelancing through the studios, refusing long-term contracts and pissing off studio heads, as seems obvious with what happened with Warner Brothers. She had signed a 3-picture deal with RKO with an option for a long-term contract and was very successful with Professional Sweetheart. Still, I guess it was time to give Universal a try in Don't Bet on Love, with second billing after Lew Ayers. Notice this other poster, though. It highlights Ginger. I think that is relevant to the long-term story of Ginger and Lew. In 1930, Ginger went to see All Quiet on the Western Front, a blockbuster that, in retrospect, is highly acclaimed. In her biography, Ginger wrote, "I fell head over heels in love, then and there, with the picture's leading man, Lew Ayers." Now, 3 years after first having this crush on Ayers, who she was soon to meet and date, she wrote, "It's hard to believe that someone in the business can act like an ordinary schoolgirl, but it happens. I fell in love with Lew Ayers' image on the screen, and the dreamy aura of the teenager was still with me. I had built a romantic fantasy about a man I'd never met." For all her success, Ginger's personal romantic life was a mess, and is really a sad story. In her closing remarks in her bio, she writes about only one lover. "I do regret my marriage to Lew Ayers didn't work out." This was the beginning, though, not the end. Ayers called Ginger and asked her for a date. As they talked on the phone, a slight earthquake hit, as it did several other times during their date, and Ginger took it as a sign, as she felt dizzy as the ground swayed after kisses. From this point forward, Ginger was Ayers' girl, and in a little over a year they were married. As to this movie, Ginger plays the long-suffering girl of a gambling addict, and is fine in the role. It's a decent movie.
Madam, you can't go wrong on this mining stock.
I'm telling you, Mrs. Ginsberg, I'm losing money in this.
All right. Listen, sailor, would you like to go rowing or would you like to go rowing?
Madam, this bank is absolutely safe.
So, you're doping the horses again, eh?
Yeah, and I got a 3-horse parley today that can't lose.
Parley. Parlay, that's all I hear about you is parlay. Say, what is a 3-horse parlay?
Well, it's this way. For instance, I bet $5 on a horse in the first race. Now, if he wins, all that money goes on a horse in another race. And if that one wins, all that money goes on another horse in another race. And if he wins, well, I collect plenty.
So that's a parlay. Here, this is an emergency job. Bill, plumbing is one thing and horses is another. If you leave the horses to the street cleaners, you won't be broke every Saturday night.
Hello, Sam.
Oh, hello, Madge. Say, Madge,
Yeah?
you got something good?
Sure, I'll be with you in a minute. Hello, Eddie. This is Bill McCaffrey. I want to give you a 3-horse parlay, $5 to win. Sure, you know me, always on the nose. Well, here it is. Honey Bunch in the first race, Klondike in the second, and Love Song in the sixth. Have you got it? Okay. Okay.
So, you got a good parlay, huh?
Sure, it's a cinch.
Well, I'll write it down. No, what's their name?
Honey Bunch in the first race.
So, it's beginning up again with the horse racing. Please, no more horse racing tips. Every day he's coming in, gives already a tip on a bum horse, and then he takes the pickle yet.
We'll better talk it over some other time, Sam. So long.
Ich arbeite schwer in bitterer Zug Nacht. Hello, Miss Mac.
Hello, Johnny. What's on your mind?
You get some good horse today?
Sure, I got a 3-horse parlay that can't lose.
No, no. No more parlay. Parlay keep Charlie broke. You give one horse here.
All right, play Honey Bunch in the first race.
Honey Bunch, you think she wins?
She can't lose. They'll put a ring around Honey Bunch today, sure.
We're at the post now for the 6th race.
Get your bets in. They'll be off any second.
If Love Song wins this race, your parlay will pay the limit, 50 to 1.
Well, then one horse I'm afraid of. Hattie McGuire.
Well, why don't you ask Eddie to let you pull down half your bet? You're sure of winning $50 anyhow.
Not a chance, Scotty. When you're out in front, send it in. It's the only way you'll ever get in the money.
Wrong at Jamaica. Oh, they're wrong. They all got away together.
Come on, Petty McGuire. It's for baby corn.
They're at the quarter. General Jackson in front.
I told you, General Jackson, he ain't won yet.
Come on. Come on, Petty McGuire.
At the half. Hattie McGuire now in front. General Jackson second. Love Song third.
Don't turn me down. You, Petty McGuire.
At the 3/4. Hattie McGuire by a length. Love Song second. Rosebud third.
She's laying pretty, kid.
Come on, Petty McGuire.
Hattie McGuire, that's the horse I'm afraid of.
In the stretch. Hattie McGuire by a neck. Love Song second. Rosebud third.
It's a breeze now.
Here's your winner. It was a close finish. Love Song wins. Hattie McGuire second. Rosebud third.
That's picking them, kid.
If you'll pardon me a minute, I'll do a little collecting.
Okay. Love Song. Hattie McGuire. Rosebud.
Hang on. Well, you had a pretty big day today, didn't you, Bill? I ain't started yet.
You got $255 coming, right?
Couldn't be right.
Well, that beats plumbing, don't it?
Well, did you have to bring up plumbing?
Oh, somebody stepping out tonight, eh?
You said it.
Coming out for the last week.
Hello, Pop. Where you been?
Round the corner on the job. It's 5:30, so I closed up the shop. Getting all dolled up to go out with Molly, eh?
You guessed it right.
Well, I suppose I'll have to advance you the usual $10 on next week's salary.
Thanks just the same. I don't need anything tonight. Here. Take a peek at this.
Where did you get that?
It's from that parlay you laughed at today. That's taking it away from him, huh, Pop?
Them bookmakers only loaned it to you, Bill. You'll be giving it back to 'em again next week.
You mean I'll be taking more away from him?
How many times have I told you, Bill, you can't beat the racing?
Oh, that's funny. You say I can't beat him, and here's $250 that says I can.
Sit down, Bill. I want to talk to you. You'd be surprised at the fortune that's to be made in the plumbing business today.
There you go with that plumbing again, Pop. That's all I hear out of you is plumbing.
It isn't plumbing I'm talking about. When I started 30 years ago, then it was plumbing. All you had to do was to solder a pipe or stop a leak. Nowadays it's different. Why, with all the big buildings going up, there's a fortune to be made in the plumbing supply business. Any smart young man can...
Yeah, I know, Pop. Pop, what time is it? I gotta phone Molly at 7.
It's 10 after.
Hello? Yes, just a minute. It's for you, Mr. Gilbert.
Thank you. Will you excuse me for a second, please?
Tony.
Hello, Molly? If Pop was talking about something, that's why I was late in phoning you. I'll be there at 7:30, though. Yeah. Yeah, sure. Sure. But listen, we're not having dinner at Nick's tonight. No. We're going to eat at the Parisienne. Oh, a little something happened today. Ain't you the mind reader, though? Here, hang on to this until I see you. See you later, Pop.
Hey, Bill, wait a minute. You're not going out like that, are you?
Gee, can you imagine me forgetting my pants?
That's how the horses have got you.
No, that's how Molly's got me.
We could use that smile in one of our ads. Would you be interested? If you are, I'd like to keep you in mind.
Why, I'm more than interested. I feel flattered.
Well, you'll hear from me.
Oh, gee, Bill, you had me so nervous. I thought I always told you to wait upstairs, didn't I?
Yeah, now I know why you told me. Where did those guys get off at mauling you like that?
Oh, he wasn't mauling me. It's all in the business.
That's why I'm not so strong for having my girl in that kind of a business.
We had that out once before, didn't we?
All I can say is if they do that with their hands over the table, what do they do with their knees under the table?
You would think of something like that.
Well, what do you expect me to think after what I've just seen?
I can take care of myself, Bill. You should know that. And, by the way, why all this splurge tonight?
No splurge. We don't have to eat at Nick's place every Saturday night, do we? All right, Mrs. Sloan.
Why, Bill, everyone's dressed in here.
To hear you talk, you'd think we were naked.
How'd you happen to know about this place?
Oh, I fixed some pipes here a couple of weeks ago. Good evening. We have your table ready for you, Mr. Baldwin. Mr. Baldwin's table. Yes, sir. Right this way. See, baby? There's nothing to it when you got the money. You know, it's very nice, sir. I'll do my own ordering, thank you. We'll have the dinner.
But, Bill, it's just like throwing money away. $3.50 for a dinner? Why,
How can you talk about money or food when they're playing music? There's only one thing I feel like talking about. You know what that is? I've got a birthday next week. Would you like to make me a present?
Sure, what is it?
Marry me. Why not?
You know why, Bill.
You mean on account of my playing the horses?
And I'm going to keep on saying no until you do as I asked you 2 years ago. Stop playing the horses and save $1,000.
All I need's one good day and I'll win 1,000 or more. I'm a cinch.
I'm afraid to marry you, Bill. I don't want to take that kind of a gamble.
Well, everything's a gamble. When you cross the street at 6-2 and even, you won't make it. Look what I did today. $250 with a $5 bill.
Yeah, now you're trying to spend it all in one night like a drunken sailor.
But look who I'm spending it on.
I don't want you to spend your money on me like this, Bill.
And why don't you marry?
Bill, I want you to promise me something.
Sure. Anything. What is it?
I want you to put that $200 in the bank Monday morning and not touch it to play a horse.
Why, they sure were swell dancers, weren't they?
Well, what do you say? Are you going to open that bank account Monday morning?
You gave me a promise.
That's right, I did, didn't you?
If you love me, you'll do it.
All right. It goes in the bank Monday morning. There'll be no more gambling, and I won't throw another penny away.
Cigarette?
Oh. Now on, I'm going to save my money. Keep the change.
Thank you.
There you are, Freckles. That roller won't come off now.
Thanks, Pop.
All right. Well, Bill.
Okay, Pop.
What are you doing up there so long?
Mixing myself another cup of coffee.
Fixing yourself another cup of coffee. You're sure it's not another parlay you're fixing?
It was coffee.
Well, you'd better hurry up and get over on that 56th Street job. You're supposed to be there at 9:30, and it's 20 after now.
Don't worry, Pop. You know me. Always first under the wire.
Well, what's this under-the-wire business got to do with you getting to that job on time?
Oh, keep cool, Pop. I'm way out front hugging the rail and breezing.
Hugging the rail and breezing and under the wire? What kind of language is that anyway?
Hello, Bill.
Molly.
Good morning.
Well, where are you going?
I was on my way to the shop to get you.
To get me? What for?
I thought we might walk around to the bank together.
Well, you didn't think I'd go back on my word, did you?
No, but I thought you might have a little trouble finding a bank, so I've got one all picked out for you.
No food.
No fooling.
Well, you know, banks are not so safe these days.
This one is, Bill. It's been in business over 80 years.
Yeah, but I got to be on a job at 9:30, and the banks are open till 3.
Where is that money?
Right here. Here it is, $200.
Correct, $200. Here's your bank book, Mr. McCaffrey. We're very happy to have your account. And if the bank can be of any service to you, just call on us.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Here it is, honey. $200 in black and white.
Oh, that's a great start, Bill. Now all you have to do is save $20 out of your salary each week, and you'll have that $1,000 in no time.
Sure, it's a cinch. I make $26 a week. Out of that, I can put 20 in the bank and still have $6 left to squander just on incidentals like food and taxi cabs, stepping out with you.
You're kidding, but I'm serious. Well, lots of people have become rich in the plumbing business.
Plumbing. That's a swell racket. All I ever see of any house is just one room.
Are you certain that everything's set, Joe?
I'm telling you, Laddie Boy in the fourth is in the sack.
No danger of a cross, is it, Joe?
Oh, don't be a John chump. But the horse has been under wraps in his last 3 starts.
Well, in that case, Laddie Boy ought to pay the limit, 30 to 1.
I'm sorry to trouble you, Mr. Wayne, but it's like this. Something important just came up, and, well, I gotta have my money back.
Why, Mr. McCaffrey, your money's in the savings account, and you can't withdraw it for 30 days.
30 days? But I gotta have it back today, right now.
Will you kindly lower your voice?
Don't tell me how loud I can talk for my own money.
I'm sorry, but unless you act like a gentleman, I'll have to have you escorted out.
Try and do it. I'm gonna get my money back and nobody's gonna stop me. Hey, you can't put me out. I won't be put out. Nobody can put me out. Wait a minute, wait. Now, you're not big enough to put me out. Mr. Bigsby, I don't like to bother you about that plumbing bill for $100, but well, it's way overdue.
I'm sorry, Mr. McCaffrey, but the undertaking business is in a deplorable state, and it makes me very unhappy.
Well, maybe your prices are too stiff.
Quite the contrary. No one will ever live to see the day when they can be buried as cheaply as now.
Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. We've been doing business together for years. You owe us $100, but I'll settle the account for $50.
That's very fair.
Thanks.
Thanks for calling. Don't be a stranger. I'm glad to see you looking so well.
Never felt better in my life.
Oh, dear.
$2 a show. Okay. Eddie, what's Laddie Boy in the fourth?
30 to 1.
$50 on the nose.
In the stretch, Laddie Boy by a half a leg. Black Nose second, Nugent third. Here comes your winner, Laddie Boy, easy by 4 legs. Black Nose second, Nugent third.
$50 on a 30 to 1 shot? Why, that's 1,500 smackers.
Boy, are you hot.
Hot? I'm hotter than a firecracker.
Bill, if we're going to catch that picture on the second show, we'd better get started.
Look, do you really want to see that picture?
What do you think?
Hey, anytime you two are ready to go to sleep, I'll have all the lights in the park turned off.
Why, what's the matter?
What are you doing here?
Nothing.
Well, if not, it's your own fault. Can't you read those keep off the grass signs?
I didn't see any.
Well, take a walk and you'll fall over a dozen of them.
I bet he's a bachelor. Everywhere you go, you see signs. Don't do this, don't do that. Keep off the grass. Keep moving. Stop this, stop that.
But there's one thing they can't stop.
What's that, baby?
They can't stop us from getting married after you get that $1,000 in the bank.
Look, what if I was to tell you I already had it?
$1,000? Why, all you had last Thursday was... Bill, you didn't bet that money on the races.
I didn't touch the money in the bank. If you don't believe me, here's the book to prove it. Now, all you said was if I had $1,000, you'd marry me.
That wasn't the understanding. I said if you'd stop playing the horses and save $1,000.
Oh, I wanted to do it your way, but I just couldn't wait then.
But I was willing to wait.
I didn't want to marry an old woman. Well, I know I broke my promise, but I saw a chance to get that 1,000, and I loved you so much, I just did it.
You'll never give it up.
I give you my word, I'll never gamble again.
Something tells me you will.
Bet you 100 I won't.
There you go.
Well, all I wanted to win was enough for us to get married on and buy you this.
Bill, why can't you see things my way?
Okay, from now on, I'll do anything you say. Oh, come on, Molly.
Have a cigar?
No, thanks. Give it to Scotty.
I'll smoke it after dinner.
Smoke it now and you won't want any dinner.
Scotty! Have you got an old-fashioned match? One with a head on.
Sure. Thanks.
No, you don't. That belongs to me.
Here, you can have it.
Thanks. You know, Pop, I wish I was going on this honeymoon trip with Bill and Molly.
What would they need you for?
Oh, it's going to be a swell trip.
Where are they going?
Oh, Saratoga. You know, the races start up there Monday.
Saratoga?
Sure.
I thought they were going to Niagara Falls.
No, Saratoga. Good old Saratoga, the races. Get up.
I'll have to check up with Molly on this.
Get up.
Come in.
Molly, can I see you a minute?
Sure. Excuse me, Mom.
Run along.
Molly, where are you and Bill going on your honeymoon?
To Saratoga.
Well, I thought all young couples went to Niagara Falls.
That's the reason Bill suggested some other place. He thought I'd like Saratoga, especially this time of year.
You want to know why he really wants to go to Saratoga? The races start there Monday.
Thanks.
This is heavenly. I feel as though I'm floating through the clouds.
You talk like a balloon.
Oh, Bill, may I see you a minute?
Oh, Scotty, will you finish this dance out for me?
Sure.
I hope I'm not too heavy.
No. You know, you'd make a great anchor for a ship.
Honey, you got just 20 minutes before you become Mrs. William McCaffrey.
Bill, I want to ask you something. Just exactly why did you want to go to Saratoga?
I told you. The minute you go to Niagara Falls, everyone spots you for newlyweds. It's like going around with a just married sign on your back.
Then we could have gone to Atlantic City.
Well, I picked Saratoga because it's high up in the mountains and nice air. Oh, you'll love it up there.
That isn't the reason you want to go to Saratoga. The reason is the horses start there Monday.
The horses?
Yeah, the horses on the merry-go-round. You know what horses I mean.
Now, this is a fine time to start an argument on our wedding day.
I don't want to argue with you. I agreed to marry you on one condition. And now, even when we're going on our honeymoon, you can't forget the horses. You'll never give up gambling. It's not in the cards. I don't think we ought to go through with this.
Oh, but I gave you my word.
That's just it. You've always given me your word, only you've never kept it. I've lost all my faith in you. And as long as I have no faith in you, I won't marry
Well,
you.
you don't know what you're saying. You can't call off the wedding.
Can't I?
Come along, children. It's time for the wedding.
There's not going to be any wedding.
No wedding.
That's what I said. There's not going to be any wedding.
No wedding.
No wedding.
What happened?
Molly. Molly. Molly, you gotta let me see you.
No wedding, no present.
No ticky, no shirty. This is what I want. All right, Molly, you gotta let me see you. Molly.
Take it easy, Bill.
Scotty, looks like you'll have to use that other ticket to Saratoga.
No, sir. I'm not going. No Saratoga for me. What time does the train leave?
And I keep telling you, fellas, McCaffrey isn't here.
Well, and I keep telling you he's somewhere in the hotel. We saw him come in.
Yes, and we're not leaving until we see him. Now, listen, there's no use waiting
Scotty,
because...
Bring me a pair of my shorts.
Hey, come here. Don't be doing that. What's the matter with you fellas?
Hey, what's this?
We came as a committee to bring you your shorts. We're newspaper reporters.
Oh, newspaper reporters. Fine. Come on in and take a bath.
I'm from the news. You've got to give us the lowdown on how you pick so many winners. Tell us, what's your system?
My system? Well, there's nothing to it. I just take the weight of the horse, multiply by the jockey's age, subtract the feed bill, and divide the winnings.
Stop kidding. Come on, give us the lowdown on your system.
Well, here it is in a nutshell. All the smart guys go broke betting on the ponies. I find out what horses they're playing and play a different one. It's very easy because I have 6 or 7 horses to pick from.
Come on, stop clowning.
Well, if I give you the lowdown, will you promise not to print a word of it?
Sure, you bet.
Oh, you have a columnist's word for it.
That's all I wanted to know. Well, here it is. Like some people have a knack for writing music and others for painting, well, I have a knack for doping the horses, that's all.
Oh, get out.
Yes, well, you have a little more than that up your sleeve.
No, I'm not holding out on you. And I don't like to rush you, fellas, but if you don't mind, I'd like to get some clothes on.
Hey, will you give us something good for tomorrow?
Sure. Play building and loan.
Building and loan?
Yeah, get out of the building and leave us alone. Any mail?
Sure. The hotel bill and a letter. It's for you.
From Molly. I know the handwriting.
Oh, for Molly? Well, open it up and read it to me.
Oh, relax. My letters. She sent them back.
Well, if you don't send them, she can't return them. Hey, when are we going to step out and have some fun? This turned out to be a fine honeymoon.
Hello. Oh, just a minute. It's for you.
Oh, for me? Well, for me. Hello. Oh, hello, baby. Sure. I've been waiting to hear from you. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, Bill, I forgot to tell you. I asked that little redhead, across the hall to come in and have a drink. You don't mind, do you?
I don't want to listen to a lot of chatter from some dizzy dames.
Ah, well, I've already asked her in. What'll I tell her?
Tell her you're not dressed.
Oh, that won't keep her out. Hello. Hello. She must have hung up. Oh, we got company.
Hello. That dumb operator must have disconnected me. I want you to meet my friend Goldie Williams. This is Mr. Scott.
How do you do? This is my friend, Mr. McCaffrey.
How do you do?
Hello. I knew you wouldn't care if I brought her along. She's from the big town, too.
Oh, is she? Well, what do you say we drink a big drink to the big town?
Well, let's start with the village and work up.
Why not?
Okay. Have you got a cigarette?
Well, yeah, sure. Are you up for the races?
I never miss them.
Oh, so you like the horses?
Well, if I didn't, I could have had a swell fur coat. Thanks.
This is good stuff. It's 20 years old.
Well, don't let it live another minute. Whiskey always makes me dizzy.
Yeah? Why blame it on the whiskey?
What do you say we all go out and have some chop suey?
Oh, well, I don't care for Chinese food myself. Why don't you 3 go out?
Oh, I don't like it either.
Well, let's make it
Oh,
some
then
other...
I'll go with Mr. Scotty, and you two can eat wherever you like.
Sure. What Chinese restaurant will we go to?
It doesn't make a bit of difference, just as long as it's kosher.
Well, I'm with you. Let's get going.
Well, it looks like I'm kind of pushed off on you, doesn't it?
And what's this?
I hope you don't think I'm getting fresh.
I'll tell you when you get too fresh.
I'll bet you're hard to get.
Hey, how would you like to have someone do that to your brother?
No, I don't know. You'll have to ask him.
I get it. And what do you want to eat?
How about the Paddock Club?
It's the best in town.
All right.
You're not having a very good time, are you?
Your guess is as good as mine. You know, I've watched you around the track, and I thought you were a fellow with a lot of color. A fast worker, a live wire.
And I disappointed you. Well, I tell you, I do feel kind of down in the dumps tonight.
Bad day at the track?
No, I picked plenty of winners.
What's wrong? Sweetheart turned the fan on you?
What made you say that?
I know just how you feel.
I'm in the same boat.
You carrying a torch, too?
Bigger than the one on the Statue of Liberty. Say, we better snap out of it or we'll be crying on each other's shoulders.
Guess you're right. Misery loves company, huh? Better bring us another bottle of wine. Funny place to put shares. Wonder who wants to sit up there.
They're closing up. Oh, what time is it?
Oh, what's that? What's that? Must be getting early. Did I show you my sweetheart's piece?
Oh, 1,000 times. Put it away.
Oh. I wrote her 3 letters. Look. She returned them to me unopened.
Oh, that's too bad.
Too bad. Too bad. Well, the night didn't turn out to be such a blast after all.
Much better than I expected.
I think we better go home now. Come on, I'll take you to the door.
Just to the door?
There you go, getting fresh again. Where you going with that, Pop? Wait a minute, I'll give you a hand.
Hello, Bill. When did you get back?
This morning. Yeah, it's pretty heavy work for you. Who's been helping you while I've been away?
Nobody. There hasn't been much doing.
You know, you've had just about enough of this kind of work. Pop, I beat those ponies for 50 grand, and it's about time for you to call it a day.
50 grand? Well, if you're smart, you'll quit right now while you're in front.
Quit? I'm just getting started. Say, before I get through, I'll make them forget there ever was a guy called Pittsburgh Phil. Haven't you read about me in the newspapers? Did you see what Damon Runyon said? Did you read what Paul Gallico wrote? Why, even Winchell sent me an orchid.
There's no stopping you. What are you going to do with all that money?
The first thing, I'm going to take you out of this plumbing shop. Pop, you've been plugging away here for 30 years, and it's about time for you to call it quits. I'm going to set you up in a little apartment. Now, how about that trip you always wanted to take back to Ayer?
Thanks, son. But I'd be lost without this, without something to do. I don't make a lot, but as long as I've got the shop, I can manage.
You got nothing to worry about now. I'm set, and you can always depend on me.
You remember, boy, as easy as you took it away from them, they can take it away from you.
Not a chance. Here. Buy yourself an ice cream soda. Oh, you gotta take it, Pop.
All right, I'll save it for you.
Oh, spend it, spend it. There's plenty more where that came from. Well, tell me, Pop, see much of Molly lately?
Well, she comes on once in a while. She's still working over in the barber shop.
Guess she's still plenty burned up at me. Sooner or later, I'll convince her that playing the horses is no different than, well, gambling on the stock market. It's a racket, and I've got the combination.
Take my advice and quit while the quitting's good. Gambling's a bad business.
You talk just like Molly.
Listen, I had an uncle once who was a great card player. He had 3 farms, and he lost 2 of them trying to fill an inside straight. Finally, he filled the inside straight and lost the 3rd one.
Well, I'll see you later, Pop.
Where are you going?
I have to get a new pair of earmuffs.
This whole affair has my client on the verge of a nervous breakdown.
What? Don't make me laugh. Say, that dame is so hard she couldn't cry if you filled her room with tear gas.
Well, you're taking the wrong attitude, Mr. McCaffrey. Now, let's discuss this in a quiet, sensible manner. If we can get together without dragging this thing through the courts, it will eliminate needless expense.
It's a shakedown. You're trying to get me to pay off.
Well, naturally, a settlement would simplify matters.
You cheap shyster, you'll never get away with this. You and that blonde are just a couple of nickel-plated phonies.
Regardless of your opinions, Mr. McCaffrey, the fact remains, I have the letters.
Well, keep them and stick them in your back pocket.
There you are.
Well, I told you we could use that smile of yours. Would you like to do some commercial posing tomorrow?
Why, I'd love to. What is it?
It's a toothpaste ad. You give me your home phone number, and I'll call you this evening and let you know more about it.
All right.
Hi, Mr. McCaffrey.
Fine, Snowflake.
Trafalgar 3, 7492. Thanks so much for keeping me in mind.
Oh, don't mention it. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Well, I see your boyfriend's still trying.
He's not my boyfriend, and he's not trying. And even if he were, what about it?
Nothing. Say, can I see you a minute?
I'm very busy.
I don't see any customers.
Well, I've got something else to do.
Well, wait a minute. I want a manicure.
I gave you a manicure this morning.
Well, come on. Polish him or something. I want to talk.
There's nothing to talk about.
Yes, there is. Molly, you don't believe that story they have in the newspapers about me, do you?
I haven't read it. I'm not concerned with your affairs.
Oh, I know how you feel, but it does concern you. There's a girl suing me for breach of promise.
I'm not interested. What kind of a little girl is she?
Gold digger type, you know, bleach blonde.
I'd much rather not hear any more about it.
Well, I've got the paper right here.
I'd want to look at it.
Oh, I wish you'd read it.
Listen, Bill. When you walked out of that room and went to Saratoga, that washed us up. That was the finish.
Well, we're not washed up. And I'm going to prove to you that all this bunk about me and that Williams dame is just a frame-up to shake me down. Why, the nerve of that dame putting a thing like that in the paper. Look at that.
I told you a dozen times I don't want to look at it.
So you're not interested, huh?
Yes, I read it. And I don't blame the girl.
Molly, the letters that Williams dame is holding are the ones that you sent back to me. She stole them out of my pocket.
She must have been pretty close to you to get them out of your pocket. Not that I care. It's none of my business.
Well, it is your business. And I'm going to settle this thing right now. Hello, Royal. I want to talk to Miss Goldie Williams. McCaffrey. Bill McCaffrey. Hello, Goldie. Say, I want to talk to you about something important. When can I come over?
I won't be able to see you until I get over my nervous breakdown.
Oh, don't give me that song and dance. When can I see you?
Anything you have to discuss, you'll have to take up with my attorney.
I didn't get it. What did you say?
I say it's spinach.
Miss Williams in?
Who's calling?
Mr. Ross. Arnold Ross.
Mr. Ross for Miss Williams.
Mr. Ross in the lobby. Miss Williams said to come right up, 511.
Thank you.
Come in. Well, if it isn't the big bowl and chain man pulling a fast one.
It's you that's pulling a fast one, and I want to
Don't yell. Remember, you're talking to a lady.
Oh, cut the comedy. Let's get down to business.
I don't want to listen to you. If you've got anything to say, see my lawyer.
Now, Goldie, why not be a regular fella? I know you're in the shakedown racket, but why take me for a chump?
Because you look like a soft touch and you can afford it.
Well, after all, there should be a little honor among thieves.
Since when have you been promoted?
You don't think I beat those horses on the up and up, do you?
I don't know how you do it, but you're pretty lucky.
Lucky nothing. Every race I play is in the bag.
Fixed?
What else? I'm not squawking because you're trying to shake me down, but it hurts my pride.
Well, if you've got an angle for fixing horse races, why didn't you tip me off up at Saratoga?
Oh, I couldn't afford to tip my mitt then, but now you've got me in a spot. And if you give me your word of honor to keep your mouth shut, I can make a fortune for you.
Sounds interesting. Sit down and have a drink.
Thanks, just a little one. Got to keep my head clear. I've got a big deal on the track tomorrow.
Going to let me in on it?
Maybe.
Why the maybe? I'm smart enough to keep my mouth shut.
You got any money?
Couple of $100.
Chicken feed. Goldie, tell you what I'm going to do with you. I'm going to give you $2,000 to bet on a horse tomorrow that'll pay at least 5 to 1. But first you got to give me those letters back.
Are you on the level?
Well, $2,000 isn't peanuts.
I'll get you those letters first thing in the morning.
Okay. I'll see you at the track. You have the letters, and I'll make you a lot of money.
Are you sure that horse is going to win?
The race is fixed. Is it a bargain?
Shake.
Okay, see you tomorrow. Did you bring the letters?
I've got them right here. Did you bring the $2,000?
It is. Well, the name of the horse is Stardust. Here. Here's 2,000 more to bet for me.
How shall I bet it?
On the nose. There's my bookmaker over there.
What price is Stardust?
Stardust, he is 5 to 1.
Well, here's 4,000 on the nose. Stardust is 5 to 1.
Good. Now you go on up in the grandstand. I'll see you right after the race.
Don't worry, I'll be here.
Nice work, Scotty. Now let that dame look for the bookmaker with a mustache and glasses.
Well, Bill,
Hello, Mrs. Gilbert.
I'm glad to see you. You're quite a stranger.
Well, I feel like one. Say, is Molly in? I've got to see her.
Well, I don't know. I'll go and ask her.
Well, I know she doesn't want to see me, but tell her it's important.
Well, I'll tell you this right now. She's not in a very cheerful mood.
Why should I be? I have every reason in the world not to be in a cheerful mood.
Now, Molly, that's no way to act. Give Bill a chance to explain.
I wouldn't believe him on a stack of Bibles.
Well, I don't blame you for being sore. I lied to you about gambling, but I didn't lie to you about these.
What are those?
Letters I wrote to Molly. She returned them to me unopened.
Molly.
If you want to know the truth, I did read them, only I sealed them up again.
So you did read them. Well, it's a fine time to tell me. They cost me $2,000.
That's too bad.
But I got it back.
I don't care. How'd you do it?
Well, she stole them from me, so I just stole them back from her.
Never mind. Nobody asked you. Hello? Oh, how do you do, Mr. Cunningham? Yes, I was waiting for you to call. Well, that suits me fine.
Yeah, well, it don't suit me.
No, that wasn't me. It was just a friend of the family's trying to be funny. Yes. All right, I'll meet you at 9. Goodbye.
Now I'm gonna really show you how to gamble. But when you were driving that laundry wagon, you never thought you'd mix in this kind of company?
Hey, don't forget the plumbing.
Or the whole place will be flooded.
Try and get hold of the engineer.
Okay, send for a plumber.
It's too bad your old man ain't here.
Well, looks like I'm in for a bath.
Hey, Bill, I thought you don't get any of that water in your mouth. Come on, hurry up. How is it, all right? Well, it's a good thing I have a plumber here, boys.
That guy sure was a lifesaver. Who is he?
Oh, that's Bill McCaffrey. He's quite a character around the racetrack.
Oh, is that the kid they call the plunging plumber?
Yeah.
Bring him up to my office.
Mr. Shelton wants to see you in the office. He wants to thank you.
Well, you better hustle up to the apartment and get me some dry clothes.
I'll be right back.
next time I come into your joint, I'm going to wear my bathing suit.
That's Jake with me. Cigarette? Frenchie, fix the kid a drink. Thanks a lot for stepping in. Now you never will live down that moniker, the plunging plumber.
It's all right with me as long as they don't call me the plumber's plunger.
Well, if you know as much about your horses as you do about your plumbing, you're doing all right for yourself.
So far, the only ones complaining are the bookmakers.
Too bad about those guys. You ought to take up a collection for them. Here, go to it.
She's a honey, ain't she? The standout in my stable.
Well, I've played her plenty, but she's never been sweet music to my ears.
Well, when I'm really trying with her, I'll let you know and you can send it in.
It's good enough for me.
Here you are, Bill. I brought you everything.
Thanks, Scotty. Where's the underwear?
The underwear? Why, did you get that wet, too?
Scotty, you're looking at the biggest chump that ever lived. I've been playing the horses strictly the sucker's way.
Sucker's way? Oh, for a sucker, you were doing all right.
That's what I thought. But I've got an idea, and once I put it over, there's no stopping me. I'm going to start a stable of my own.
What? Forget about owning horses. You stick to the betting end of it.
Listen, with your own stables, you don't have to depend on anyone for information. You can drop them into spots and arrange betting coups. The percentage is strictly with you.
Oh.
Don't worry, Scotty. The old master will show you.
How'd you like that, Bill?
Good.
Thanks.
And rotten.
Oh, yeah? Well, that's not the only thing that's rotten. Take a peek at this. Why, that Lady Lightning of yours gets more insults than a chorus girl.
Don't get yourself upset before I'm through. I'll have them all apologizing to her.
You will, eh? Well, if it was my horse, I'd hang a taillight on her, so as the milk wagons wouldn't bump into her.
Leave it to the old master. Lady Lightning hasn't even started yet. I've got a payoff angle that'll knock you for a roll.
Ah, that nag isn't even good enough to be hitched to a brewery truck.
No? Well, I'll let you in on something. Tomorrow morning, I'll convince you that she's the kind of a horse you can shoot the works on.
Can't get her off your mind, can you, Bill?
I hope you don't think I'm still in love with her. Because I am.
A mile and a 16th and 144. You've been holding this baby under wraps. Lady Lightning? You got the wrong handle on her. You ought to call her Lady Greased Lightning.
It's a swell work, Bruce. You can take it to stable.
Oh, the old master's trying to pull a fast one. That horse isn't Lady Lightning.
Well, if I was to paint out the white patch on her forehead, no one could tell them apart.
So what?
Nothing, except that if the phony Lady Lightning were entered in a race, she'd pay the limit.
You're not going daffy, are you? What a long chance you'd be taking entering a phony horse in a race.
Chance, it's in the bag. I'm going to tap myself for the bankroll on this one and collect plenty.
Yeah, and if they ever catch up to you, you'll be doing plenty. Remember, this is your idea. If they ever get on to us...
Will you please stand still and stop shaking?
I'm not shaking.
All I have to do is block out this white patch on the ringer and we're a cinch. How are you, Sheldon?
Hello, kid. What do you have?
Oh, take a short beer.
Short beer. Say, by the way, we both got horses running this next race. How do you feel about Lady Lightning?
All I can say is she's running again.
You know what I told you? When I was really trying with sweet music and let you in on it? Well, she's primed to go today. This morning she covered the distance in 1:46, 2 seconds faster than any other horse in the race.
That's plenty fast.
I think her chances are so good to put 20 G's on her. I'll go out and ruin those bookies. See you after race. Come on, Bill. It's pretty near time to go to the post.
So did you take care of those out-of-town bets?
Don't worry. I got everything down.
Let's go. Come on, open up here. And what's Lady Lightning, Tom? 30 to 1. $5,000 on her nose.
You're down. Jeffrey just bet 5G on Lady Lightning.
Now, what's Lady Lightning?
She's going to cut to 15 to 1.
5 G's on her nose. Hurry up. Bobby, what's Lady Lightning? She's now 5 to 1. 5 G's on her nose.
The cinch, Mike, she's in.
Boss, you gotta do it.
Frank, looks like you're being forced. McCaffrey just bet 50 grand on Lady Lightning and shot her price down to even money.
Yeah? Well, let's go and find him and have a little talk. Hey. I understand you're betting a lot of money on Lady Lightning. What's the idea?
Oh, don't let him kid you. I never had a lot of money.
You're betting 50 G's on her?
You don't call that a lot of money, do you?
Listen. If Lady Lightning wins this race, there's going to be a lot of people walking slow behind you.
You're kidding.
Yeah, and if your horse loses, you'll drop dead, too.
Follow those two guys. If their horse wins, why...
They're lining him up at the post. Sweet Music is showing lots of pep as she goes into the starting gate. Warrior was acting badly and delaying the start.
Hey, Bill. Bill, we better get out of here. These guys mean business.
Oh, you're not afraid, are you?
Afraid? No, I'm not afraid. But we better get out of here.
Well, won't be long now.
You're right about that.
There goes the barrier at the wall.
Oh, boy, Lady Lightning got off to a flying start.
Well, the old lady will make that mile to 16th in 1:44.
Yeah, I could make it in half the time.
At the quarter, Sweet Music by half a length. Vivian M second. Lady Lightning third.
She's laying pretty.
Yeah, we're both liable to be laying pretty.
At the half, Vivian M by a head. Lady Lightning second. Sweet Music third.
Come on, you Lady Lightning.
Come on, you Sweet Music.
Lightning. Hey, you're pulling for the wrong horse.
This is every man for himself. Come on.
At the three-quarters, Lady Lightning by a length. Sweet Music second. Glorify third.
Come on.
Come on in.
In the stretch, Sweet Music by half a length. Lady Lightning coming like a house of fire, moving up.
Come on, you Lady Lightning.
Come on.
They're over. It's a very close finish.
Don't tell me. Who won?
Here's your winner, Sweet Music, Lady Lightning, and Glorify.
Well, boy, that's that.
Wait a minute. They're taking the numbers down. Okay, Sweet Music, Lady Lightning, and Glorify.
She won all right, didn't she?
And Lady Lightning's a great horse, boys.
Yeah, but Sweet Music's just a little bit better. You're lucky you didn't win that race.
What's lucky about it?
You're pretty game. Have a little drink?
Yeah, I'll take a bromo seltzer. Well, what'll you have, Scotty?
I'll have a double bromo seltzer.
Hey, you got any money?
Not a button.
How's your dog?
My dog. Why?
We're walking back to town.
Oh.
How'd it come out?
Gleaming Star by 4 lengths.
That's that. Tomorrow it'll be different. I'll show you I can beat him.
You've been saying that for weeks. If I was a kid like you, I wouldn't be wasting my time out here betting quarters and halves.
Not breaking for me right now, that's all. I'll be back on the other side of the fence.
I've been watching them out here for a long time. And once you get on the wrong side of the fence, it's pretty hard to get back on the other side.
I'll get back. I beat him once, I can beat him again.
Well, I'll see you tomorrow.
Remember, boy, as easy as you took it away from them, they can take it away from you.
Ah, that's shame.
Stop playing the horses and save $1,000.
You're not going daffy, are you?
What a long chance you'd be taking entering a phony
Them
horse in a
bookmakers
race.
only loaned it to you, Bill. You'll be giving it back to them again next week.
There he is. Now remember, don't you tell him I brought you here.
I won't.
Who told you I was here?
Why,
I know what you're going to say, but you're picking a fine time to say it.
I didn't come out here to let you down. You're not going to hold out after all this, are you?
I suppose next you'll be telling me I should have stuck to plumbing.
You've been a plumber right along, but you're the only one who didn't know it.
Hello, Palsy. I gotta give you this pass. I got information for tomorrow that's right from the feedback.
Thanks, Lucky. You know I never play tips.
Never play tips? Ridiculous. When Lucky Miller gives you a tip, play it. I've been picking them for 20 years.
Well, I didn't do so bad with that money you gave me, did I, son?
I'm sorry I didn't give it all to you.
The plate looks great, doesn't it, Bill?
Well,
Now I'm going to take that trip to Ireland.
When are you going?
I'll be hooking the rail right after the wedding.
well, from now on, McCaffrey and Son will be the biggest plumbers in town.
I could give you a little kiss for that.
Why just a little?
Hey, Ray Clay.
Scotty.
Hi, Bill. Hello, Molly.
You got your old job back.
Yeah, look at that horse. It's Lady Lightning.
Wow.
Get up. And she's as good as ever. Get up. Get up.
Oh, she's better.
Get up. Get up. Get up. Get up. Get up.
Please like and subscribe.